What up, y'all?
Welcome back to another video.
We're getting close to the holidays and we're getting hungry.
So today we're sharing a really good entree recipe for the holidays.
It's not just good, it's great. It's fantastic, it's excellent.
Let's do that again. Today we are sharing an excellent holiday entree recipe. How's that?
Beautiful.
All right, we are sharing our vegetable Wellington with mushrooms and lentils. Dude, we made this like 3 times already because it is so good.
It's wrapped in a puff pastry.
Yeah, so it's gotta be good. And it's super flavorful. It's jam-packed with a bunch of different veggies. It has lentils in it, high in protein.
And it can be oil-free technically if you don't wrap it in the pastry. So
yeah, well, I don't know what you're gonna rub it with. If you just want to eat the filling, you can too. It's not that hard to make either, and we have step-by-step instructions, of course, in this video and also in our blog post link down below. I'm really proud of this recipe, and I really hope you guys enjoy it.
Let's just get right into it. We're gonna start out by sauteing our veggies. So in a medium-sized cast iron pan, we'll add in some veggie broth and allow that to heat up a bit. We'll then add some white onions along with some carrots and some celery into the pan. We'll mix that up and allow it to cook down for a bit. We also have some bell peppers here that we forgot to add in earlier, so you can add them all in at the same time if you'd like. We'll continue to let this cook through. This will just take a few moments. And then we're gonna add in some fresh garlic along with some mushrooms. You can add in any mushrooms you like, but these are white mushrooms. There's a whole bunch of them, so make sure you pick one that you really enjoy. We'll mix this through. It will take a little while to cook, and if you notice, this is quite liquidy from the mushrooms giving off some moisture, so you want to do your best to cook down the liquid and have it fully evaporate without burning any of the veggies. So this will just take a few moments and you're good to go.
Next up, we're going to crush our walnuts. You could do this by hand, but a food processor takes a few seconds, so just crush them by pulsing it, and once they are nice and crumbly, they are good to go. Clean out the food processor and add in half of your lentils, and again, we're going to process that until they are nice and crumbly. They should look like so, and now you're ready to combine everything. So we're going to grab a large bowl. Into that, first up, we're going to add in our lentils that we broke down, as well as our remaining lentils, and then our crushed walnuts. Next up, we have some cooked brown rice, some Worcestershire sauce, I hope I'm saying that right, flax, egg, and tomato paste. And then we're going to be adding in the veggie mixture that we cooked down in the pan. Try to get every last bit of that. It is nice and flavorful, and you're going to love it. Mix that together until everything is nice and uniform. Add black pepper and salt as desired. And we're also going to be adding in some chickpea flour here because it's a little moist. You can also add regular flour as well. And just make sure that is nice and smooth and there's no more dry parts left over. And once everything is combined, we're going to set this in the refrigerator for 30 minutes to cool. Now for our dough, we're going to flour our work surface, and we have some puff pastry that we had let out to thaw. And we're just going to use a rolling pin to roll this out until it's about, I would say 12 by 15 inches. Doesn't need to be that big, but that's how big we rolled it out to be. It's gonna take a little bit of time, and this is very delicate, so just be very careful, especially on the fold marks so it doesn't rip there. And then do the same thing for your second sheet of puff pastry. Again, be very careful because it could rip on the seams. So once it is nice and rolled out and your filling is cooled, we're going to grab that and form a log in the middle of the puff pastry. And you want it to be pretty tall. Also, we messed up right here, so we're gonna go backwards, and I forgot to brush some almond milk on the side, so make sure you do that before folding it over. And for the second sheet of puff pastry, we're going to brush it all around, and we're going to lay that over and tuck the ends underneath. And then next up, we're going to close the ends. So we cut it kind of like a present. We're gonna cut the edges off like so. And then we're going to fold the bottom up and the top over. You can add more almond milk to the end to act like glue if you need it to stick better as well. So we're going to transfer this to a lined baking sheet and brush it with some almond milk. And then using a knife, we're going to create a lattice on the Wellington. So we're going to go in one direction at first and then in the other direction like so. It's going to be a crisscross design. And then we're going to place this in the fridge for 30 minutes and then pop it into the oven.
And now that our Wellington is fresh out of the oven, we'll allow it to cool, and then you want to use a serrated knife to cut it as thick or as thin as you'd like.
Just be gentle with it because the puff pastry is very delicate and you don't want to mess it up. So we like to serve our Wellington with some veggies on the side, some cranberry sauce, and of course some gravy. So we hope you guys enjoy this recipe and let us know what you think down below.
Where's the Wellington to eat?
I don't have
We ate it all, it was too good.
We hope you guys enjoy this video. Try out this recipe. If you do, please tag us on Instagram, Sweet Simple Vegan and Conscious Chris. We love seeing your guys' recreations,
Use guys'
recreations, and I don't know, it just makes my day every time because this is our passion, this is our livelihood, and it's really cool to share that with the world.
Absolutely.
I don't want to get too sentimental right now.
I'm gonna cry.
And thank you guys so much again for all the love and support on our channel, on our blog, on
We
our
appreciate
Instagrams. It's really cool.
It is. And happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
All of the above, check all the boxes.
Have an awesome holiday season. We're both going home to our respective families, so we celebrated a little early this year.
Yeah, so we're gonna be separate, but it's all good. So make sure you guys subscribe if you aren't subscribed, comment, like, whatever
Ding the bell.
whatever the hell is left on that list, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.